What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be making a video on, it's going to be a few things. I'm going to talk about a little bit about my fishing team at Marshall University, how I got all these pro staff sponsorships, and how I paid for these jerseys. Because basically at Marshall University, the school gives us zero funding. So my goal as the president was to think of a way to raise money for the club without getting the school's help. And what I first started out doing that by getting the jerseys. The jerseys are really nice. They just have a bunch of companies' logos on them, stuff like that. See, like these are all just local companies. Some of these are fishing on the front. But basically, what I wanted to focus on was companies that would donate money so I could pay for the jerseys. And basically, I sold each spot on the jersey for a few $100s. I know if you wanted it on the front, it was $300 to $500, and on the back was the same. Now, if you wanted a little small one, it was $100 to $200. So that's basically how I priced out my jerseys. And there was 10 kids on the team, and I told every kid on the team if they wanted their jersey paid for, they needed to get at least a $100 donation. And almost every single kid got a donation, so everybody's jersey was paid for. So it worked out really nice. There's a few kids that had to pay simply because they didn't get a sponsor, and I hated to do that, but it's the only thing I could do. And basically, when I'm going into these companies, I had the guys print out a resume, and I'll show you guys what the resume looks like. So you can create one for yourself, for your team, high school fishing team, anything you want. And basically, it's just a description of what we do, the tournament schedule for the team, and then I have a meet the team section where it just talks about each kid, their major, and like here's an example. You guys can read that on yourself. I don't have to read it to you, but that's basically a basic bio. There's mine, and it's just basically just telling about yourself, letting the company get to know who you guys are. And this is my personal resume. Just a couple things. If you guys want any information on this, I can give it to you. Just ask and I'll send it away. But this is basically my resume. And those are just some links to some wins, my YouTube channel, and a few other things. And basically when I go into these companies, I'm asking, hey, would you guys be interested in donating to a local fishing team at Marshall University to help us pay for gas, hotel expenses, and fishing license? And what they get in return is they get a spot on our jersey, which is a good deal for them because they can usually write it off as a tax write-off, and they're paying, I don't know what a tax write-off is, I don't know what the percent is, but they're not paying as much as you think they are. So if you guys have any questions about this video, feel free to ask below, but that is basically how I built that jersey, how I got all the sponsors and pro staff. The pro staffs, the good thing about the pro staff is it builds up to a sponsorship. You get these pro staffs and you start placing in big money tournaments. Like I have the College National Championship coming up next spring. So if I did good in that, some of these pro staff guys are going to be looking at that and saying, hey, this kid's doing good, you know what I mean? He might get sponsored. And that's when you start getting actual sponsors. I have one actual sponsor that actually gives me money and helps me out, and then the rest are just strictly pro staff. Which isn't bad because I get a discount, and if you're a college team, you get a discount on almost anything. You just gotta make a resume, email companies, talk to them. It's honestly really easy. Same with the high school fishing team. I wanted to get a high school fishing team, but no one at my high school fished. So my buddy and me just fished the tournaments, and him and me built our last jersey, which is right here, and it's some of the same companies on there, a few others. That one, we didn't charge as much for that one because it was just him and me. Now for the college one, we charged people prices for each spot on the jersey. And basically we made up a little thing for them that showed what the money was going to and all that. And those jerseys are made by G2 Gemini. If you guys have any questions about them, they're awesome people to work with. Get a hold of Andrea and she'll definitely help you out. But basically, I'm going to pull up something that we sent to these companies. So here's a rough guideline of, let me see if I can make this bigger. Oh, Alright, here we go. So hopefully this focuses on that. And basically what this is saying is we're going to be competing in the FLW, all this stuff, and we're just asking for your support. We like to show our support on our major sponsors by wearing logos on our fishing jerseys, just like the pros. And here's what we did. A friend of Marshall Fishing Team, $100 to $100 donation supporter, which that's what got them a spot on the jersey. And that was $100 to $400, and then major sponsor and all that. But that's basically, you want to come up with a sales pitch to present to these companies about how to get your jersey and everything. And that's basically all I can think of. If you guys have a college fishing team and you're in the same boat as me and you don't have funding from the school, anyways, if you guys are in the same boat as me and you don't have funding from Marshall, if you don't have funding from anyone, a good example is what I did was when I had extra money left over from our jerseys, I put it towards a set of tournament scales. And the tournament scales were, I think, $400. And what we're doing is we're running local tournaments, bass tournaments of course, to raise money for our team. Now the tournaments are like 80% payout, so it's still like a regular tournament. It's just some of the money goes to us for funding for the trips and all that. And another thing we're doing is we're selling t-shirts on campus. So as I'm closing out this video, I hope this video helped you guys, and if you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask below. And hopefully you guys can make your high school fishing teams better and your college fishing teams better, and you never know, you might get some of these. That's a national championship qualifier right there, and then who knows, second place team or maybe even a first. But hope that video helped you guys out.